doing hold on, let me give you admin right quick. How change the admins?
Go to the top and click the picture,
Mm-hmm.
and then click where it says administrator, and then you can change your admins.
Hold on. Okay, I see it. Yeah, because I still got all his admins. Oh no. Hold on.
Yeah, get them out of here. But one thing I can say, that phone thing is with every female that he deal with, they all say the same thing about that phone thing. He controlling over their phone.
Right.
I mean, well,
Yeah.
there. I mean, they say that he's controlling. Period. And I think that that's the thing is that Greedy is doing a lot of negative shit, and then he doesn't want it to get out there, so
Mm-hmm.
he tries to be controlling over them. Because then, but here's the thing: it's gonna happen to so many people that people are starting to understand and see now that it's not the women that are lying at Greedy or chasing clout or anything. It's actually the opposite. And then Greedy chases clout off these storylines because one, he's getting his bill. He's killing like three birds with one stone. He's getting his bills paid. He's getting shelter, and he's getting a storyline, which is bringing him more money. So Greedy is
Right.
benefiting off of all of it. What benefit are they getting? Yeah, how is
None.
it clout chasing? They're being embarrassed. Y'all are going in on her in the comments, and she's not doing anything but telling her story. And as women,
Mhm.
how many times have we gone through shit? I know I done been dumb over a nigga before. How many times has
Exactly.
our heart gone out and we just wanted to help somebody out? How many of y'all's family members that y'all know ain't gonna pay y'all shit back, but you still help them out when they need help? But y'all are sitting here and
Thank you, Danny.
crucifying this girl for telling her story. Let her tell her story. Look at it really from the other side and see they're not gaining anything from this. Queen Vic isn't gaining anything from this, but stress. Greedy, on the other hand, got a storyline, got people feeling sorry for her. We had somebody come up the other day and say, "What? I was going to send Greedy fifteen hundred
Thank you,
dollars
Danny.
because he's
What?
tugging at my heart." Sheena, foreign, am I lying?
No,
Nope,
she
Dark and
wanted to
Lovely
send him
said that.
$1,500 out of her
Dark and
out of her
Lovely.
retirement plan.
Thank you.
And that she would still send it because he tugs on the heartstrings. And that's what Greedy is not stupid. He acts stupid, he plays stupid, but he's not stupid. So it's very calculated the stuff that he's doing. So y'all let her tell her
Eh,
story and keep the negativity to your fucking self.
right. Cause I mean, like what people don't realize, really, he playing y'all like fools. Because I've been around this man, I didn't see him like, oh, let me just go on and tell these folk this love, so I can get them to send me these cash outs, and then he go smoke your money up and get him some coke. And little do you know, like you sitting up here saying it's tugging at your heart, but you sending money to this person that's a manipulator. He manipulating these people, and they don't even understand it, and they just continuously send him money, and they continuously do it. And little do you know, he already be planning it. He sit up there, I'm gonna go ahead and just go and get some cash outs. And it's sad. And they want to come at me, but I'm like, man, y'all taking up for this man. But little do you know, he's a freaking that boy is literally, it's two things that's gonna happen. He's either gonna end
Right,
up
Bree.
dead or he's gonna end up in jail. Like at the rate he is going, at the rate he going, I mean, people can say I'm throwing out shit. We all throwing out right now. Cause if you look around the world, everybody going through something. Everybody. Like I can't find out one person that ain't going through something or reacting out of emotion, like or anything. But I don't care what y'all think about me saying I'm throwed off on this, because baby, yeah, I did make a mistake. I ain't gonna lie. My problem is being alone. I'm not used to being alone. I'm not used to it. I hate being alone. But I have to figure out how to get past that. There is a warrant for his, yes, there is a warrant for his arrest. His man, people been calling my phone nonstop. This man owes a freaking coke dealer $200. He gonna say I ran off on a plug. What? That don't even sound right. Me run off on a plug. I can get my friend to call that man. That man is looking for Greedy. He is not looking for me. He ain't looking
Right.
for me. He's looking for Greedy. Then this man literally just he tried. Okay, let me get back to the story. Cause
Then
anyways,
give
when
me
he,
your
the day
admin.
you said what?
This Danny, give me your admin. Cause they tripping in
Okay,
these comments.
Don't kick
Hold
nobody.
on.
Just mute them.
No, I
Just
ain't gonna kick
mute them,
nobody. They gonna
please.
get muted, being disrespectful.
Good vibes down there working real good. He doing his
Yeah,
thing.
let me get rid of Booty right quick. Hold on, let me get rid of one.
We just want
Uh,
her. We just gonna let her talk and tell her story because it took a lot for her to even come on here and even
right,
say
you know I didn't want to
anybody.
come up here. You know
But
I
you
didn't
know
want to
why
come
it's
up
but you
here.
know why it's good that you're up here, Queen Vic, because you need to let everybody know that you can't be silenced and you deserve to hear your story. And not only that, but there's other women that's been in your situation with Greedy, and there's going to be other women after. So you could be saving somebody from being in the same situation with Greedy. And it's no more are we allowing just because you're a top host to silence other people from telling their story. No, tell your story and we listening to you, and we got anybody in the comments that's coming negative.
Thank you. But she didn't know because I literally told her. I said I'm not coming back on here. I told her I wasn't gonna go live. I told her I just going to not do it no more because like I just felt fooled because the day he left, like y'all, I literally helped him. Okay, so I helped him get unbanned off Bigo. I gave him the money for that. I helped him get his phone back on. I looked out for him. Then when I told him no on the coke, he went and he got coke from the daggone drug dealer, and he went and sent the man a cash app. He acted like he was sending him a cash app and then sent the cash app and ran off on the man. So he got his coke or whatever, however he did it. And then after that, he did the interview with his sister. So after he did the interview with his sister or whatever, like he was crying, he was in his feelings. I was hugging him, trying to be there for him. And then like it got late. I'm like, let's go to bed. Like lay down, nigga. Like lay down. He didn't want to lay down. So I laid down. All I could hear was so I looked out the door. I'm like, this man in there doing lines, just lines and lines and lines of coke. He would not go to bed. He was even on Bigo jumping on panels, and I had to tell him get off of them panels because you sound high as fuck right now. I'm like, chill, nigga, you sound high. I think he was on the panel with Ferragamo and Tasty. Yeah, that's who he was on the panel with. And all you hear, he'll mute it and then he'll and come back to the panel. And he was just kept doing it. And I was like, I knew he was going through something. Yep, he went on TKO panel too. I knew he was going through something with finally meeting his sister or whatever. So I was like, you gotta calm down, just lay down, just rest. And mind you, he got $200 worth of coke. He can OD in my house. That's all I'm thinking. So I'm like, you need to lay down. You need to lay down. He would not lay down for nothing. This man literally stayed up, and I wanted to go to sleep. And I don't know about y'all, but when I want to go to sleep and somebody walking in my house, it keeps me up because I'm like, what you doing? Like he keep looking out windows, he's looking outdoors, and I'm just like, what in the world? And I was like, just sit down. I'm like, just have a seat. He wouldn't even sit down. Then he started saying, well, I would just go outside and walk. He asked me to walk with him. So we went outside for a walk, came back, still wouldn't lay down. And yeah, he was real paranoid. He was very paranoid. And then he kept trying to say, oh, you trying to set me up? Am I safe? I'm like, nigga, ain't you always safe? Like, lay down. You tripping. He would not go to sleep. The next morning came up. He started acting weird. He was just like, man, I don't trust nobody. This is and that. And I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, I'm good. I'm good. It's just I don't trust nobody. I'm like, well, you can trust me because I ain't even want people to know you was over here. You the one went and told people you was over here. I ain't even been going live. Nothing. So I'm like, just chill. Like, let's just get through this little time or whatever and be done. So the next day came, my homegirl ended up coming over there. She had brought some wine over and she came over. And Greedy was sitting there and he was just looking sad. He started talking about how he had the interview with his sister. He was telling my homegirl that. And she was like, dang, I feel for you and this and that. And then cause that's how he manipulates you. He get in there with the sympathy card. So then he got in there with the sympathy card, and then he was like, man, he's like, I need to give Vic her money back. And my friend was like, how much you owe her? He was like, I owe her 500. He was like, I need to give Vic her money back. And he was like, my homeboy said he got 1,000 for me. I need to go pick this cheese up. So my homegirl said, okay, what you want to use my car? I don't know why she did this dumb shit, but she did. She said, you want to use my car? He said, yeah. He's like, I'll be right back. I'm just going down the street to pick this money up so I can get her money back. And she was like, okay. So he gave her the car. I mean, she gave him the car. He left. An hour passed. 2 hour passed. Had not heard from Greedy. Why would you have him around any of your friends or family? Because she already know him. She already knew him. That's who introduced me to Greedy. She introduced me to Greedy, sweetie. But anyways, so she gave him the car. He left. And when he came, hours passed. Probably like 3 hours had passed. So I'm calling him. I'm like, "What's going on? Like, where her car at? Where her car at?" And he wasn't texting back. He wasn't answering the phone. He wasn't nothing. So he finally FaceTimed me. He was like, "I'm on the way back." He was like, "Why you got all them niggas in your house?" I said, "What niggas?" I said, "It's just me in here." Cause my friend had walked. She stayed in an apartment, so she had went back to her house. And I was like, "It's just me." And I showed him around. I was like, "I'm eating a plate of spaghetti, watching TV." And he was like, "Yeah, you trying to set me up with all these niggas in the house? You trying to set me up?" I'm like, "No, it's nobody in the house, nigga. Come." I was like, "Really, just come in the house. It's not that serious." I hung up the phone. So he called me and he was like, "Well, come outside and get her car. Come get her car." I said, "Bet." So I go outside. He's sitting right there in the car. I walk up to the car. He was like, "Who you on the phone with?" I'm like, "Nobody." I showed him my phone. I'm like, "Nobody on the phone." I was like, "Man, get out the car and give me this girl keys so I can get her a car." And he was like, "No." And he pulled, and then I had my hand on the door, and he pulled off in the car while my hand was on the door, so it kind of like jerked me. And I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" So then he came back, he turned around, and he tried to hit me with the car. And he tried to hit me with the car. I jumped on the sidewalk, and I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I went live for a little bit. I tried to go live, but then I hung it up real fast. I was like, "No, I don't even want to put this on Bigo," because I could tell he was like, how his mind. I was like, "I don't even want to do this. I don't even want to do this." So I had called him. And I told Imp what was going on. I was like, "I don't know what's wrong with him." I'm like, he just spaz. Like, I didn't understand nothing because everything was cool before he left. Like, everything was cool before he left, and then next thing I know, he in my friend car. He trying to hit me with a car, and he acting crazy. So then he leaves in her car, and I called my friend. She was on FaceTime at the time. And when I had her on FaceTime, I'm like, "Look," she saw the whole thing. She was like, "Oh no." So she come outside and she was like, "Greedy, give me my car." He pulled off of her car, like left, like we like, "What the heck?" So she was like, "Oh my God, I need my car, I need my car." So we kept trying to call him, he wouldn't answer. And then finally when he did answer, he cussing us out, calling us all out her name. And she's like, "I didn't do nothing wrong to you. I just want my car." She's like, "I just want my car. I gotta go to work in the morning." She's like, "I just want my car." And she crying, she upset, and I'm like calling everybody. Like, I only called two people. I called Imp, and I called one of his admins, Kari, and I told them, I was like, "Could y'all please, like, just get him to just give her a car." This man was gone with her car for about 2 hours. Like, we fought. We trying to. He's talking about he leaving it at a gas station. So we found a ride to take us all down the street, like to different gas stations, and try to find a car. We trying to find a car. We couldn't find a car. So next thing we know, Imp said that she had texted me. She was like that he was gonna leave it somewhere at a store or something. So we finally go to the store. This is like 2.5 hours later, and the car is parked at a Publix, and he just left it there. Like, it was just left there, and it stunk so bad in that car. Like, and this was a rental car. Like, this wasn't even her like real car. This is a rental car. So it's like it stunk so bad in that car, and we just like, "What the heck?" And I'm like, I didn't know what was going on. I'm like, what? Like, we lost because everything was cool before he left. I honestly feel like he did that because he was supposed to um he was supposed to go pick up the money and bring me my money back that he owed me, but I feel like he didn't never get that money. He never got that money, and he didn't have the money to pay me back. So that's why he did that. So he didn't have to pay me my money back. That's just how I feel. But yeah, I feel like he was stalling. And then it's like, you said, what it smelled? It smelled, I don't know, y'all. It was a weird smell. It was something I never, and it was smoky. Like, it was like a grayish thick layer of smoke in her car, and it smelled so weird. Like, the smell was like overbearing. I couldn't even like sit in there. Like, it was real bad. And
That's crack, girl. That's crack. I'm gonna tell you right now, that's crack.
yeah, I ain't know what was going on.
What?
Then the way he was acting so crazy.
I
He
done
trying to run
sold
me over
crack.
with a
I done
car,
seen
and I
people
ain't
do
even
crack.
did
That
nothing.
smell is awful. And the smoke cloud from crack is dark. It's not like weed.
What? Yeah, I ain't know, man. I just know when we got in there, and she was real sad. He drove that girl car all her gas out. She didn't have no gas in that car. It was so sad. I felt so bad. And then I'm like, but I ain't offered him the car. She did. Like, not to put blame on nobody, but he should have like still. She was like looking out for him, like telling him, hey, you can use the car, to go pick up the money. But she was doing it off the strength of me, cause she like, yeah, I know you want your money back, so yeah, like let him use the car so he can, get your money back. Oh, I don't know, but then after that, like I ain't say nothing. Like he was going on my house, and then he left all his stuff there. Like all his stuff is still in my house, like everything. He left all his clothes, all his stuff. It's just there, and I'm just like confused because I'm like, what's going on? Like now this man gone. He know he owe me money. All his stuff in my house, like it's just crazy. And then the next day, I get my phone. I noticed it was a thing that he had set on my phone. Like people was calling my phone, but I couldn't see them calling. So I noticed that my voicemail was full. I'm like, why is my voicemail so full? Like what the heck? So I'm going through my shit. This nigga done put a feature on my phone where it's like when people call me and if they number not saved, it goes straight to voicemail. Like people was like it was going straight to voicemail. Like if they call me, so I had took the feature off. So after I took that feature off, I started listening to the voicemails. It was so many y'all. Like a tranny, this girl named Ashley had called me, and she was like basically like she had been talking to him for like 11 months, and she not even on Bigo. She not on IG. She was like, you can FaceTime me. She's like, I am a transsexual woman. She was like, I've been messing with him for we've been together 11 months. And she was like, I'm just trying to figure out how long you been dating him. And then I told her, I'm like, well, he had a baby on the way or whatever, from someone else. And she was like, what? She didn't know nothing about none of this. And like, I had been talking to her. So yeah, he is definitely a gay male. Like that's definitely like, at first I used to tell me stuff with storylines, but no, my nigga, you gay. So, Cause this girl, she ain't even on the dang on app. She don't even know nothing. She don't know nothing about Bigo. Like I started sending her YouTube clips, and she was like, "What? What?" She was just like, "What?" It was crazy. So then after that, boom, I keep looking through the voicemails. It was Destiny on one of the voicemails. And that's when she was telling me, she was like, in the voicemail, she was just like, Victoria, you're a nice girl. She was like, I have no problem with you. She's like, I work closely with Blanco. And she was like, I don't want you to be in the crossfire with what's going on. But she was like, he owes me a lot of money. He owes other people a lot of money. And she was basically telling me all that. You know how he said he about to get a big check next month on the app. She was like, that's not true. She said basically he been doing a lot of trading and all of that stuff. So she was just like, basically that check is non-existent. Like he owes people so much money. She said he probably got about 300 beans that he can rightfully say is his right now. Then she she basically told me that what else that he is wanted. She was like that his probation has been revoked. And all this is on voicemail. Like all of this, and I'm sitting here like I ain't hear none of these voicemails because I don't even know how these folks was even getting my number. Like, right? Well, the baby thing is definitely true because at the thing with the girl, the white girl that he said he got pregnant, I actually talked to her. She actually called me too, and she's pretty upset as well. But yeah, she called me too, and she was like asking me stuff and just telling me thank you, good vibes, but yes, and I won't, y'all. Like the only reason I did this time, I actually felt bad. I really felt bad for him because the way he called me, he just was like, I just want to take a shower. He's like, I just want to get some rest. Like I'm gonna look out for you. I got this big check coming next month. He was like, it's about what we said it was what 5,000. He's gonna give me 5,000. Which I said, y'all want to hit a voicemail with Destiny? Shayna,
Yeah.
you didn't I
Woman.
send it to you? Do you got the voicemail with Destiny I sent you?
Yeah, I got it.
You think you can play it? Are you
Let
on
me
your phone?
find it. No, I can find it on my other phone. Hold on.
That way they can see this is not no lie. Like,
Let
but
me
yeah, he
open
definitely that check that he's saying that he getting. Destiny is If y'all look on his contribution list, she like the #1 contributor on the list, and I think she is Blanco's manager.
Look, mommy. I see it. Hold on, cousin.
Oh, he not coming to my house to get them clothes, Dark and Lovely. He on his own. I'm scared. Honestly, y'all, I'm scared. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. That's why I have not been going live. That's why I've not been saying nothing. Because honestly, this stuff is so dark rooted that he got
Okay, here
going
go the
on more
voicemail.
than what I knew. What you say, son?
I think you're very pretty girl and everything like that. And I always tell Blanco to stay off of you. We always argue, and I'm like, I don't blame her. I blame Abdul. At the end of the day, I don't know why. I don't know what y'all see in him. Why do y'all want to keep picking this nothing ass nigga back in y'all's life after the way he dog and trash you out? But one thing I did let Blanco know, this nigga ever said anything about me after I done put my time and money. And this nigga, I never wanted to manage him. Never wanted Blanco to deal with him at all. Everything I did was all on the strength of Blanco. She has to pay me that money back.
Hold on, my phone went. Hold on.
Did y'all hear it?
Yeah, that sound like a nigga.
That's Destiny.
I blame Abdul. At the end of the day, I don't know why. I don't know what y'all see in him. Why do y'all want to keep taking this nothing ass nigga back in y'all's life after the way he dog and trash you out? But one thing I did let Blanco know, if this nigga ever said anything about me after I done put my time and money, and this nigga, I never wanted to manage him. Never wanted Blanco to deal with him at all. Everything I did was all.
Damn, my phone keeps going on. But y'all get the gist of it. She hold
Right.
on, I'm gonna finish playing the rest of it. Hold on.
How mute? They said mute. Y'all, everybody mute so they can hear.
Well, they're
Somebody.
saying muting because they're hearing the background, but the background is coming from Sheena, who's playing
Yeah, it's
the
my
Oh, okay.
phone.
recording.
Here, let me send the cord recording to Queen Sharon so she could play it and I could mute myself.
Okay.
Queen
What you
Sharon,
gonna
I'm
send
finna
it
send
on?
it to you.
Gonna send it on my iPad?